Hello and welcome back to our continuing adventures on the Let's Defend platform. Today we are going to take a look at the DFIR Windows Forensics challenge exercise that's been put together by, what was it, Cyber Junkie? No, 0x cyberjunkie.sh. So let's see, we are given a AD1 file to pull down, and we are to use FTK Imager and Eric Zimmerman's tools to go through and perform an analysis through this portion. So let's see. So the story behind it: targeted phishing campaign is carried out against your organization. So far, the phishing email has been opened by 3 systems in the network. A quick triage image was collected from one of the infected not enough coffee so far today. Infected systems and provided to you for identification of TTP. Tactics, techniques. What is it? Procedures being used by attackers. Identify the techniques and tactics used by the attacker so our incident response team can respond and mitigate any further compromises across the network. Let's see. Challenge is focused on doing manual artifact analysis. Additional research will be required on some things. The whole aspect is this is now like the second time of me going through and trying to get this recording done. You need to make sure that you are running the latest version of FTK Imager, which is 4.7. I know that when this challenge was first put out, the link was directing to 4.5, and that would make it so that you would not be able to mount the AD1 image inside FTK Imager. So just so everyone's aware. What do we have? We got 10 questions. Initial access was made through a malicious Word document delivered through email. What was the full path where the document was downloaded? What's the document name? What's the stager name? Which connected to the attacker C2 server? The attacker manipulated MACB timestamps. Of the stager executable to confuse analysts, analyze the timestamps of the stager and verify the original timestamp and the tampered one. Attacker set up persistence by manipulating registry keys. All we know is that global flags image file technique was used to set up persistence when exiting a certain process. The attacker persistence executable is executed. What is the name of that process? So global flags, if I'm remembering correctly, and I should because well, that's for a discussion at a later point. But effectively, there's been a great deal of, shall we say, knowledge refreshment in terms of persistence. I believe if global flags is set up, that's to basically hide it from tools like auto runs. But we'll get to that on question 5 and see where this shakes out. What's the full path alongside the name of the executable, which is set up for persistence? The attacker logged in via RDP, then performed lateral movement. Attacker accessed an internal network connected device via RDP. What commands were run on CMD after successful RDP into the other Windows machine? The attacker tried to download a tool from the user's browser in a second machine. What's the tool name? What command was executed, which resulted in privilege escalation? And what framework was used by the attacker? Oh boy. Okay. So we're doing this all inside of a VM. Trying to do more of the practice what I preach stuff. So what I've got set up here is basically just the PowerShell command git -file hash, which will generate a SHA-256 hash. And it is only targeting the Relevent Artifacts.ad1. So if you go through just to verify, you should see it start with 74366 and end with 3 Charlie 99. I do realize that might be a little bit difficult to make out through this portion. So let me see if I can, what is it? It's properties and then font, right? Yeah. Oh, let's kick it up to 24 and see how that shakes out. Does that stand out any better? Hopefully. I mean, I just have to kind of assume, considering the fact that, it's not like I'm doing this in front of a live studio audience or anything, but there we go. Yeah, that looks like that stands out pretty well. Okay, so there's that. So go ahead and pause if you need to verify yourself. So effectively we got it extracted, and so yeah, 4.7.1, and then I think it's 0.2 after that, so 4712. So I've gone through and already extracted all the tools from Eric Zimmerman's site in all 6. And so the process to get that sucker mounted up as a drive so is basically once it in, so 4712 is we're going to go File and Image Mounting. And we're going to direct it to the image file, which is on the desktop, Relevent Artifacts.ad1. Shows up as a 60 meg file in the quick tooltip, although it's 61,504 KB. And we're just going to go ahead and do X. You can leave it just as the default. I just prefer X for examination. Or I guess I could do V like investigation, but I like X more. And we just go ahead and tell it mount. And we give it a second. And time for coffee. And it should show up here as X drive is mounted, read-only file system, and then the image points to the 81 file that's sitting on the desktop. So we close that, and look, we have an X drive now where we did not originally. And it allows us to just kind of navigate through and take a look at stuff. Well, I'm going to assume that since the username is CyberJunkie, I would make the assumption that the location is going to be c:/users/cyberjunkie/downloads, since that's the typical spot stuff gets popped into. But let's see about double checking that thought. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a utility from Eric Zimmerman called Shellbag Explorer. And Shellbags Explorer, basically portion for Windows, the shellbags themselves store the location of various locations visited by File Explorer. And the file we're going to look for is called usclass.dat, and that's typically in underneath the users directory, the user account app data local. App data local, let's see, check my notes. App data local, Microsoft Windows, and then you find US class. So what we need to do is, I believe that the hive is damaged. The way that the image was taken. So, yep, okay. Yes, I've done a little bit of work just to verify some of this stuff, so that way it's a little bit more straightforward. So C, users, CyberJunkie, app data, local, Microsoft users, and, well, technically, I guess it's USR class. And it's dirty, so we have to hold down the shift key when opening the sucker. So we'll just repeat the process. So file, load offline hive, again pointing to the X drive, into the users, CyberJunkie, app data, local, Microsoft Windows, and then we're looking for that USR class.dat. And we're going to hold down our left shift and we're going to hit open, and voila. It'll parse that sucker out, and there we go. So let's see, took about 1 second, found 13 shell bags, processed 13 shell bags. So let's see, C, desktop, downloads, and then downloads slash mail downloads. Interesting. Well, the description did say that it was phishing email. So, I mean, I was kind of sort of right with the assumption that it's going to end up in the downloads directory, but apparently this has its own subdirectory. So now we need to kind of put all those portions together. So we know the user, CyberJunkie, and we know that it falls within. So let's do this. And of course, we're going to put it in the brackets. So let me get this converted through. And so it's C:/users/CyberJunkie/ downloads, mail, downloads, just to verify what I grabbed. C:/users, yeah, no more colons, /CyberJunkie/downloads/mail downloads. Okay, here we go. So there's one fired off. Let me get that added into my notes. Okay, now we need to find the document name that would have been popped in there. So, and all the fun that that entails. So we go back to our VMware box, and let me transition that back in so we can see. And I don't think we're going to need Shellbag Explorer for anything else on this particular one. Do we want to exit? Yes. I mean, if we need to open it back up, that's fine. Well, let's see, because we don't have that actual portion there, right? Critical files do not open. Oh, I'm going to open, and I'm going to look. Yeah, so we don't have the downloads directory and then the mail downloads subfolder. So, but there is the recycle bin. So it's probably a DOCX if I had to take a running guess with it, which would probably be a safe bet considering the fact, I mean, it's the only damn thing in the recycling bin. Let's see. There is, and of course, another tool for it. I mean, who would have thought? All right, we're gonna have to go command line on this bad boy. Okay. There it is. Since we want to see about having this sucker get parsed. All right, so I'm still in Linux mode. Wait. Is it RE or RB? I think I'm in the wrong spot. Oh, so we... Oh, let's see. I need to... Let's see, so we got it mounted, and we have the files here. So I believe it's F. File to process. Okay. Directory is recursive. Okay, yeah, so we want F, and then we want to specify the location. So, thankfully, it's mounted as a local drive. We have that. Now the question is, are we doing the IWK or the RW? Let's do the RWK. Oh, it needs admin privileges. Well, bugger all. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Okay, run as administrator. Oh, it fired it twice. Okay then. Okay, RBCMD. Yeah, there's a little bit of that. So recycle bin command.exe. File, we want to have it process, and we'll see. And we'll see if that changes anything. If this one doesn't work again with admin privileges, then we'll switch around and we will point it to the IWK WHDC.docx. But we'll see failed files. Okay, that's fine. IWK. So let me just make sure that, okay, so that's showing up. So basically I am pointing it to the mounted drive and then to the recycle bin entry that's inside of there. And then to that, let's see what we get. Oops. It's not the active window. What do we get? Ooh. Okay, that worked. So don't focus on the RWK, focus on the IWK. Or I guess technically since the only thing that changes is the R and the I, then it's going to be the I in this case. So it tells us that it was a 12.1 KB file. It was deleted on August 21st, 2022, 060333. And apparently the name of the file was security-space-awareness.docx, which is kind of humorous considering the fact that I'm recording this in October, and October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Have you done your corporate pushed trainings yet? Oh, I know the hassle. I used to be the person that would go through and assign for a financial organization the training. Of course, I was kind of a jack of all trades. I did everything in IT security. And so, if I remember correctly, check the notes. What's the document name? Document which was delivered via phishing. So that would be the security space awareness. Okay. So I'm going to just put that in my notes, and then we'll switch over, and we will see as to whether or not if I'm doing this right. Okay, so we're going to transition out of here, and security awareness. Yay! Okay, what is the stager name which connected to the attacker? So they want the full path and the name. Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay. And I didn't jot down notes for this particular aspect, so let's take a quick look at Mr. Zimmerman's tools again. Yeah, well, while I'm doing it, I should probably show you guys. Bing, a bang, a boom. Okay. So let's see, standalone viewer. Ah, okay. Yeah, so it was the RB. So what's RE? Oh, command line registry search. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit of disconcerting. And of course, if I'd paid a little bit more attention to the purpose, there's our $I. Okay, dokie. Okay, and so we're probably going to have to go through and take a look at the prefetch parser, since we're looking for evidence of execution. So it's the same as, oh, sorry. So it looks like it's the same exact portion. So we're going to point it to, okay, we did get Windows, which is good. And we have the prefetch directory. So at this particular point, I'm going to assume we're going to do directory. Okay, I have a better idea. Let's just output the stuff to a text document on the desktop called prefetch. And we'll just kind of sit back and let it run. Perfect time for more coffee. Okay, since we're basically looking at a metric butt ton of data, to say it's like we're not going to find any sort of real evidence of, I mean, security patch looks kind of sus to me, but since it doesn't follow any of the normal naming conventions that I'm used to. So let's see, we got SVC host. Security patch. Actually, what is error reporting? Is it still WinWord or is it MS Word? MS Edge. NetSH, huh? Of course, the stupid Edge updates game bar. The RDP client. WordPad. Hmm. Security patch.exe-3 Bravo 79 Bravo 19 Echo.pf shows up as CHX Smart Screen. Oh, look at all the loads of fun. Yeah, a little bit better when you control the processing and being able to sit there and view this stuff as it goes through. So if we go down and take a look at WordPad, I wonder if we would see reference to the security awareness. Directory reference. I'd say there's probably a good portion for that. Bingo! So WordPad did open security awareness, so we are apparently on the right track with that particular aspect. Hmm. Well, okay, so we got confirmation. The other X or portion we could take a look at is the AM cache. Apparently it's a .hve file that's a registry file that stores the information of executed applications. These executed applications include the execution path, first executed time, deleted time, and first installation. Okay, and there's a tool for that, thankfully. No, let's do and the same portion, so we need to point it to the location. So we've got that. App compat programs. Hey, look at that. amcache.hve. Okay, so let's just have you parse. Let's see if I regret. Oh, I'll put it as a. Okay, that's fine. So we'll go up here. CSV to C:/users/lab/desktop. I don't have a whitelist. I don't have much of anything, but they want. Oh, okay. CSV will specify the directory. And then we can specify with the CSVF. Okay, so -- CSVF, and we will set it as amcache.txt. Wait, we're exporting this as CSV, so CSV. And of course that becomes a problem because I don't think anything that will display a CSV by default. Can you just do it as straight text for me? I mean, granted, yes, I could just open them up in Notepad and be done with it, but it's not quite what I'm looking for in that regard. Okay, so we have a whole metric ton of. So device containers, device PNPs, device binaries, driver packages, shortcuts, and unassociated file entries. Right? Yeah, so we've produced 6 CSV files from all that. So I guess we'll start at the end. What does the unassociated stuff look like? A whole heap of data. Looks like edge updates, compatibility, device census. Interesting. On the user's desktop, there's a security patch.exe. God, I really wish that would have still been visible. Application, program ID, file key, last write timestamp. And we have a SHA-1. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to grab this. I need a new, God, I have too many of these. Oh, I can't do it inside here. I'd have to actually copy it. Of course. Because, let's not make this any easier. I had to sit there and take my flash drive and copy it over, but I don't really want to do that right now. So we're going to take that from the, let's take that back, and we're just going to call it AM cache. All right, so, but we do have a hash. Thankfully. And it looks odd, but we'll have a timestamp. I don't suppose we'd have anything in here that might actually talk about, like, bunch of OneDrive setup, task host, so on and so forth. And then we hit that aspect, but at least I guess we have a time stamp. Yeah, a bunch of edge updates, see as to whether or not so much. Okay. But through all that, that's the only thing that really stands out. The rest of it, I mean, it's typical Microsoft stuff. OneDrive and Edge trying to go through and get updated. But since we have a SHA value, let's dump it in VirusTotal to see, because I mean, Microsoft's naming convention is, at the very least, it has the KB number for what you're trying to plug. That's nothing against VirusTotal. It's like, yeah, I'd love to have a full forensics image of the system to sit there and rip it apart to see about recovering, but okay, so let's go back to this one. And then exe is fired off, but I just want, so we got consent, so it's the whole aspect of UAC. We might have to go backwards. Take this and go all the way back, and let's work our way down. So we got SVC host, executable true. I just want to see as to whether or not if it's hoping something might actually, instead the prefetch, point back to WordPad, so we can have that additional portion of full-on belief. That would have been something that would have parsed out from actually opening up that doc. So we'll see some sort of possible reference. I don't know, because it just seems like it's too obvious. I mean, we got confirmation that yes, it did indeed run from the prefetch portion. It would have been on the desktop. All right, let's take that and I will dump that into the notes. The stager name, supposedly. That just denotes it all as lowercase. So I don't know, I guess we'll try it. If it doesn't like it, we'll kind of go from there. Okay, so let me go ahead and we'll take that back. So we're looking at Zimmerman's page. Let's go back to the challenge and we'll dump it down as to the normal naming conventions. So upper characters and stuff. Okay. I mean, it seemed like it was way too obvious, but I mean, we got kind of confirmation in the prefetch and then the AM cache. So, oh, and we get to the timestamp one in terms of stopping that sucker. Oh, Zimmerman has a what's this? Sorry, I'm getting notifications. Okay, just general stuff. Graphical MFT Explorer, and there's also a parser for MFTEC CMD. So that's what, just going to analyze the master file table, right? And so we're focused on the desktop slash security patch.exe is what we're going to focus this sucker on. Okay. So let's see, if we go back here, here we go, MFT Explorer, so we can have that nice little GUI, because who doesn't like a GUI? Although, yes, I do realize that there is simplicity with the command line. There is no fluff. And we want to load the MFT. Okay, and I realize that, yes, I did not switch it back. Okay. So it's again just in the all_6, although you might have all_4 if you're grabbing all the tools to sit there and use as just one singular package to have everything available at once. And I believe the kickoff for that is depending as to which version of .NET you have installed. I don't think on my primary system I've had a reason to go to .NET 6, so for the VM I just figured it was easier to just download .NET 6, get it popped in there, and just grab all the .NET 6 tools. Mostly also because of the fact that it looked like there were some version updates to some of these. Okay, so that's a 100 and, well, we'll say 110 meg file. So it might take a little bit of time to go through and do some parsing. So what I will probably do is I am bingo on coffee. I will probably sit there and pause, go make some more, and then effectively just come back and hopefully give this enough time to sit there and chew through everything without getting too impatient. I can try. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, this is going to chew for a while, so. Okay, I will pause. I will be right back, so you guys shouldn't notice anything except, no, maybe if this is still going after I get the coffee going, maybe I'll shave too, just in preparation for the day. But since it's still early morning, but okay, so I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, that finished, and I had enough time to sit there and get a reload, and shave, and wear something new. So hopefully the swag store becomes immediately available, but I am now wearing the hoodie sent to me, black, with the Let's Defend logo on the right breast. There is nothing on the back, and it is I wouldn't say super thick, but I also wouldn't say super thin. So I'd say middle of the road. I have not tried stepping outside on an extremely cold morning, anything else like that. And no, I am not really trying to shill swag. But if you like the platform and you can show them some love, I don't know as to what kind of margins they may potentially get on this stuff, but if you get an opportunity, you know, especially wearing it out in public, helps to potentially start conversations. Anyways, let's move on to more of the exercise now. And no, I'm not getting paid to sit there and present this stuff before anybody asks, because I know that's usually where everybody runs to. I got some swag. I figured I would sit there and show it off a little bit. So what we have is it finished parsing. It's probably, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15. I wouldn't say anything more than 15. It doesn't take me that long to shave because usually I stay on top of it, much less it doesn't take that long for coffee to go through. So it's also something of a resource constrained system because it's a VM that's effectively throwaway, so I don't generally care too much. But just so your experience may be different when you go through this stuff. But anyways, so we're using MFT Explorer, so we have the nice GUI, because everything else has been command line thus far and opening up results in Notepad. But I have drilled down to inside of this aspect, C users. Oh, wait, my mouse isn't getting captured. Oh, there it is. Okay, so C users, CyberJunkie, desktop. And of course, I forgot about the reanalyze every single time. And so we get the new folder, we get the desktop INI, and then we have that bloody security patch.exe. And so what we see is the SI underscore created on 2021-12-25. So December 25th, 2021. If we take a look at let's see. So we take that, we take a look at the FN underscore created on, and we see that reports back as August 21st, 2022. So I guess effectively it looks like so it was dumped in August, which is kind of confirms with everything that we've seen through, but they've essentially time-stamped it to make it look like it's actually been on the system for like 8 months longer than what it has been. Because I'm assuming that, okay, the incident time is August 21st. So apparently the SI time is recorded for the kernel level, and the FN created on, or the FN fields are created from the user level for these particular aspects. And so when someone goes and does time stomping, it's affecting it at the user level. So effectively, okay, you get a copy of the MFT, you put it into Explorer, then it's how it's able to sit there and reveal this particular aspect, being able to sit there and take a comparison between the user and then the kernel level timestamps for the information stored in the MFT database. So then effectively, we should be able to sit there and denote what So original timestamp and then tampered. Okay. Since I can't do a copy and paste. Hi, little butt. The dog has paid us a visit. So I'm going to need to jot that down. So the original timestamp would be the FN underscore created on portion. So that is 2022-08-21 space 13:02:23 dot how many levels down? It does not specify. Okay, so let's do this. I have a sneaking suspicion that we don't have to go down this far into the rabbit hole, but so let's see, 6631,079. And then, so let's see, and then it's space, colon, space, and then the tampered timestamp. And that tampered timestamp would be 2021-12-25 space 34:32 dot 00 0. Okay. And if that doesn't work, I guess we'll start trimming it up a little bit. So let's get VMware no longer being on top. And I typed it out, and you are very close to the right answer. Okay, let's do it to 3 digits then. I mean, very close. I mean, that's nice, but all right, 2 digits. Original, space, colon. Okay, what about this? What if we just take out that portion so it's just without the point? No. Well, okay, this is zeros, so if we remove that and this goes, let's go to 3. Yeah, that would be a pretty big recommendation. Okay, what if we do that? What if we take this to 2? Because it's like, okay, how much precision do they actually want with this? And that would be kind of one of the nice things to know. Original. Standard information. But why standard information and file name? Wait, what sense does that make? That's kind of a messed up hint. Oh, standard information and file name? Is that the delineation of the fields there? So, yeah, so SI underscore created on and FN created on. So file name and then standard information, which is exactly what we're doing. And they want, wait. So, standard file name. So what if I'm just doing it wrong? I know, right? So standard and. So then it would be reversed, wouldn't it? So it's going to be the, at least according to that, it's going to say standard, which is the SI underscore created on, which is the Christmas, colon, and then the file name created. So FN underscore created on. So it's just a reverse, right? Yeah, I'm asking questions to, yes, you, the viewer. But original and then, but yet the hint says standard and then, okay, what if we did the same thing? So, okay, these are just zeros. So what if we just get rid of that? And let's, I mean, you usually go to the two placements, and then if it's, you leave it at the number. If it's 0 to 4, and if it's 5 to 9, then it goes up one. So let's try, no? So the full-fledged thing doesn't work. I mean, we have the answers. Now it's just basically putting it together into the way that they actually want. Yeah, I think it's time to sit there and parse the question in Discord. Which, by the way, if you're running through this stuff, there is a fairly, well, at least as I understand it, fairly lively community on the Let's Defend Discord, so it's always one of those good things. Okay, that's pushed down there, but so we'll kind of wait, I guess. Because, I mean, okay, original timestamp, space, colon, space, tampered timestamp, which goes against the hint for standard information and file information. Because that technically, if it's going to line up with this, it would be the other way around. It would say file name and standard information. So which one's right? And then to what I mean, what kind of math am I applying to or what level of precision for the actual time in terms of point seconds? But okay, I will come back to that. So we need to go and start digging around for manipulating registry keys. It's a image file. Okay. And I believe we'll leave that open. I believe there's a registry explorer, is there not? Oh, look at that bad boy. Sorry, again, I realize, yes, I did not sit there and start sharing out and transition into. So, we need to poke around the registry. Let's see. It was so manipulated global flags image file technique was used to set up persistence when exiting a certain. Okay, yeah. So when that stuff does their exits, there is a what is it? H key local machine software Microsoft Windows NT current version silent process, I believe is what it's called. Ooh, from the live system. No, I just want to load the Hive that we should be able to maybe pull off. Okay. We go to the X drive, and that should be inside the Windows System 32 directory. System 32. Config. Hey, there's the bad boy. And we'll load software since it's HKey local. Primary and secondary sequence mention uncommitted data transaction log. Do you want to play against the Hive? Okay, so apparently we have that issue then. So let's try the whole thing of. Oh, I did not want to do that. Oh. Oh, that's software, okay. So that should be what we're kind of looking for then, shouldn't it? Okay, so we wanted to load up system, I think. System, software, Microsoft. No? Security doesn't give us what we want. Sam doesn't give us what we want. Okay, that's okay. Current version. Okay, I think we're getting where we need to be, I think. Yeah, silent process exit. Hmm. So whenever Explorer would close, it would pull from the documents folder from underneath the CyberJunkie a git patch.exe. And so the question is, when exiting a certain process, the attacker persistence executable is executed. What is the name of that process? So per that, it would be Explorer. So let's do this and yay. And then, so we move on. What is the full path alongside the name of the executable? Which would be the C user CyberJunkie documents git patch. Okay. Oh, so 5 and 6 effectively get handled by one particular aspect. Maybe. Apparently, yes. Okay. Apparently, the author is attempting to provide a little bit of assistance in regards to question 4 regarding the timestamp issue. So, All right, what are we moving on to now? While we wait to see as to whether or not if anything shakes out of there, the attacker logged in via RDP, then performed lateral movement. Attacker accessed the internal network connected device via RDP. What command was run on command after successful RDP into the other Windows box? Oh, yippee. Let's see. So is there a Zimmerman tool for RDP? It does not look like there is. Okay. Oh, okay. I remember that there was a file location inside, so apparently there is a cache folder inside the users directory, app data, local, Microsoft, terminal, server, client, and then a cache folder. So we've got a ex or a bin file, which I'm fairly certain is just an executable. So something that would have been moved over. And then I have no idea about the oh. I doubt it would be just as simple as saying, take the cache and dump it in there. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to pause this. Okay, so I talked to Cyber Junkie, and he confirmed that effectively we've submitted the correct answer, it just did not take. So, effectively, what it should be, as per him. I know we're kind of jumping back and forth a little bit here, but effectively the answer as it should be supplied should be laid out in the original timestamp space :space tampered timestamp, and then of course obviously the curly brackets before and after. Apparently it should be to 2 points of precision for the seconds, so 23.66 seconds. And apparently since it's all zeros, we just chop that off for the tampered timestamp. But as you can see, it's just like, yeah, it doesn't take it. So I will have to put this one out without actually having question 4 officially answered. Although I have put in the request to see is about having somebody kind of poke around the back end for question 4. Okay, so we need to go back into this in regards to the commands. So, which I believe, yeah, so when you go through and run stuff, apparently through RDP, yeah, so there is okay, so the cache.bin basically should be the container file for all the kind of snapshots, if you will, screenshots. That's kind of interesting. So it looks like there is a Python tool that's available that will allow you to go through and do this stuff, if I'm reading this right. So I'm going to make the transition back to that. And I don't remember if I actually ended up putting Python on this box or not. I don't think I did. I did put it on my main system. So I would have to go through and extract. Okay, so I am going to see as to whether or not if I can pull this out. I don't know if it will work, but I'm going to try. Nope, I cannot. Well, bugger all then. Okay, then I need to install Python on this Windows 10 VM. And at this particular point, I think this is going to be a two-parter because I'm already roughly almost an hour and a half into recording, and I still got to get this uploaded and out. And I am running out of time today. But hopefully I'll be able to sit there and pick this back up. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a two-parter. It'll give me plenty of time, and I can up the resources on the box to put Python on there, everything else like this. That way we can I can start recording again once all this is done, and we can be just one step closer to having the rest of these questions done. And then hopefully they'll be able to fix, they being Let's Defend will be able to take a look and see if there's something wrong with the back end in relation to the answer for question 4, and we'll just be able to have that take off and go. So I'm going to cut that off here and make this will be a two-parter, like I said, and then so I guess this will technically count. And well, basically we'll pick back up and we'll work through this. But okay, so I'm going to start there and stop this, and then I will see everybody in the continuation of this video, which will be the part 2. All right, so I'll see everybody in the next one.